YSO Nashville, and just want to make a quick video, man. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, Rakadash. I want to give double honor to the elder apostles of GMS that rule well, because that's where I learned this truth from. And I want to say, Shalawam to all the icon that's out there. It's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. I was watching the video from the brother, his YouTube page. YAHAWASHI is coming back. He's got a lot of great content on that page, brothers. I don't know if you all follow it, you know what I'm saying, but the brother, he's good in the way he breaks down his lessons. The brother does research, you know what I'm saying. So all his videos are very edifying, man. You know what I'm saying. So if you brothers go over there, man, check out all his stuff, man. Lord willing, you'll be edified as well. But the brother was making a video about ancient Egypt, proving that the Israelites, all right, who the world calls Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, well, we're really the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and we were in ancient Egypt. Now, that's not a debate at this point. Really, nobody really denies it anymore, man, because the proof is out there so heavily that that it's really not even a debate. You know what I'm saying? It's been broken down, and the brother breaks it down beautifully, even down to the 430 years. Okay, I mean, he breaks it down beautifully. But one thing he pointed out is really not a but. It's really because a but means that there's an opposite argument that I'll be about to bring out. I don't have any opposite arguments to what the brother brought out. It's all true. I really have, I guess, an addition to what the brother was saying, or a confirmation really of what the brother was saying, because he brought out Genesis 15 and 12. Well, first let me back up. When the brother was reading through the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt, the narrator, okay, and if you watch the brother's video, he goes into how he got the book, and he opens up and he goes into reading. He talks about who narrates it or whatever. But anyway, or edited the book. But really, so when he gets into that, he talks about how the editor brings out the meaning behind the word Hyksos, because if you know anything about ancient Egypt, I'm talking about going back to 3rd and 4th grade history. All right, because even I learned this, back at that time, which they probably don't talk about it anymore, because all the history, the little bit of history that they did teach, which was all lies. Well, they don't even teach that anymore. It's like, hell, why, because here's the thing, man. I don't want to be all over the place, but I'm trying to tie it all together. Whenever you tell lies, you really aren't doing yourself any justice, because when you tell lies, you're going to have to come back at some point. You're going to have to come back around to the truth. And even if you don't come back around to the truth, if you tell lies enough, somebody's going to start seeing through the lies, and then they're going to start asking questions, and they're going to get led back to the truth. So what they've done in the school system really is, aside from just telling lies, they just said, to hell with it, man. We're not even going to tell lies no more. Let's just take history out, any semblance of real history out of schools, period. Because over the years we've done that, and people have always found a way to circle back to the truth. So let's just take it all out, and then they won't even ask the questions, or it'll take them longer. It'll take longer for them to formulate the questions, and therefore it'll take longer for them to formulate the answers. Okay, the truth. But when I was coming up, you learned about ancient Egypt. Now again, it was all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But they did talk about the Hyksos. Now, coming up, you know, you're not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. You're just reading it and you take it at face value. Okay? But now, you know, being in this truth, you know that it talks about, when it talks about those who were in bondage under Egypt, it's talking about the Hebrews, okay, our forefathers, the Israelites, all right, Jacob and his youngest son Joseph, okay, and then the other brothers being brought down into Egypt, or going down into Egypt because of famine that was great in the land of Canaan. Okay. All right. And so we went down into Egypt. All right. And then you know how the history goes. They put us in hard bondage. But in 3rd and 4th grade history, it talks about Hyksos, or at least when I was coming up, the Hyksos, right? The Hyksos were in Egypt. All right. And I can't remember completely how we learned about them. There goes some deer over there. Yep, man. You know, driving, man. I'm on the way back from Knoxville, headed to Chattanooga, man. But just saw some deer on the side of the road, man. It's beautiful seeing the animals chilling, you know, doing their thing. It sucks that they right beside a highway, man. Have a chance of jumping out and getting hit, you know. But at least they're grazing on grass. You know what I'm saying? How they're meant to do, you know. But I digress, man. Let me get back to it. So the Hyksos, talks about the Hyksos. Now I don't remember in third and 4th grade. That was a long ass time ago. So, you know, do I remember what it talks about the Hyksos being? Not necessarily, but I do remember, you know, the books talking about the Hyksos being in or going to Egypt. Now, back to what the brother was saying. He brings out in the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt how it talks about the Hyksos. And it's the word Hyksos is a combination of 2 words. And if I tried to go to it right now, from how I'm recording it would stop the video, so I'm not gonna do that. I want to say it's Hashkot. I want to say it's Hashkot. But you know what I'm saying, I could probably bring it back a little later and make another video, man. I just wanted to go ahead and make this one while the Spirit was on me to do it, man. But it comes from 2 words, and it basically means rulers of foreign land. That's what the word Hyksos means, rulers of foreign land. Now, if you look up the definition or the meaning behind the word Hyksos, it's going to give you that. Okay, if you look a little bit, and you can bring it out. You can also look it up, and it'll bring it out in Wikipedia. But that's what it means, rulers of foreign land. Okay? And when you look up, you know, how it describes them, it says they invaded Egypt. Okay? They invaded Egypt. All right? But we know how invasion works, you know what I'm saying? Invasion is just a way of saying that one group didn't like another group coming. All right? Because they could say that the so-called Mexicans, all right, our brothers, Issachar, invaded America. Okay? We, or not we, but the U.S. Says that they go and do peacetime missions in other countries, but other countries say that we invade them. So really, invasion is just it's just a word that they use to put you in a frame of mind that these Hyksos, okay, or what they call the Hyksos, invaders, okay, or invaded Egypt. Okay, but the word, now that's how they use it in sentencing and phrasing to put you in a frame of mind. But the word comes from two words, and it means rulers of foreign land. Why is that significant? Why am I so hung up on that point that the brother brought out? Well, one, because when you read it and you understand who those people really were, our forefathers, our people, okay, the ancient Israelites, okay, then that means what? They were rulers, okay? They were rulers, first off, okay? Now they ruled or had dominion, okay? Meaning they had a domain in Canaan, but when they went into Egypt, they were also rulers, okay? Or became rulers. All right? But the biggest thing is that it says rulers of foreign land. Why is that such a huge point in and of itself? Well, what did Genesis say, man? In Genesis 15 and 12, like the brother brought out so beautifully, is that, and this is another thing, man. The Most High is very descriptive, man. The Most High is very descriptive, okay? In Genesis 15 and 12, it talks about how Abraham had a nightmare, man. He fell into a deep sleep when the sun went down, okay? Because the Most High had told him to take a heifer and basically, you know what I'm saying, did a ritual, okay, for the Most High. All right, and in doing so, the Most High brought him into a vision, man. Okay. All right, the vision came in his sleep, man. It said when the sun went down, he fell into a deep sleep and had horrors, man. And basically had a nightmare. And in that nightmare, he saw his seed going into captivity, man. All right, he saw his seed going into captivity. What was that captivity? Okay, the captivity of Egypt, man. All right. Most High said, of a surety, know that thy seed shall go into a land, and then, you know what I'm saying, this is roughly paraphrasing, go into a strange land, okay? Rulers of foreign land. That is the significant point that the brother brought out, okay? And when the brother brought out, he said we were foreigners. All right, very true. But we were also rulers of foreign land, and the way they break down Hyksos, they called us Hyksos, saying we were rulers of foreign land. The word Hyksos means rulers of foreign land, and when the Most High breaks down the dream, the nightmare to Abraham, he calls us rulers of foreign land. The devils know what they were doing when they wrote the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt. They called us the exact same thing that the Most High called us. The exact same thing. Now, when they phrase it, they want to say we were invaders. Okay? And the brother also breaks it down how when we got into Egypt, we had a time where we ruled. And if you go into the history of it, when we came out of Egypt, the kingdom or the dynasty of Egypt, the last dynasty of Egypt actually fell, and then we had a rulership, okay, because we came out with great substance. All right, okay, but we also had a time of rulership, or at least a bit of dominion, which dominion just means you have a domain, okay, an area that you can, do your thing. We had that going into Egypt, okay, under Joseph, because Joseph set us up, okay, in the area that was all our own. And it talks about that in Exodus, where when Joseph died and his brothers died in that generation, okay, that we had multiplied to the point where Pharaoh, the one that didn't know Joseph, okay, and all the things that were done at that time, said the Hebrews are greater and mightier, are more and mightier, meaning there's more of them, and not only are there more of them, they are mightier than us. So in other words, we ruled in that area, in the area that we had, to the point where we were encroaching on the Egyptians, those Hamites. We were encroaching on them. Said they are more and mightier than us. We outnumber them and we were stronger. And the brother also talks about, and the history backs it up, we were starting to make deals, trade deals, okay, most likely, you know what I'm saying? But deals nonetheless with other Nubian, okay, or Hamitic groups in the area. So we were more and mightier, and Pharaoh said, come, let us get them up out of the land, lest they join with our enemies, and if a fight breaks out, they come against us. Okay, and again, roughly paraphrasing, man, not to butcher the scriptures, man, but that's the story. You know how the story goes. So the history backs it up, but it's just it's the point that they use the word Hyksos, and they use it very heavily when you're talking about ancient Egypt, when you're talking about that specific time frame that we were in the area. It says Hyksos. They're so afraid to use the word Hebrews. But again, you try to lie and you get caught up every time, because people are going to start asking the questions, and it's going to circle it back to the truth. And it's so lame. It's so lame how they did it. Hyksos, rulers of foreign land. Y'all took it straight out of the scriptures. That's what the Most High called us when He described us in describing the nightmare that Abraham had. He called us rulers of foreign land. Okay? And so they just double back and say, okay, well, rulers of foreign land, Hashkut, because I'm gonna tell you what happened is, these rulers of foreign land, somebody had read in the scriptures that this is what we were, and they went back in Genesis and they said, oh, this is what they were talking about, the Hashkut, the rulers of foreign land. And back in the day, people could put two and two together, because back in the day, people actually read the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? So they could put two and two together. But nowadays, people don't put two and two together. Plus they took it and shortened it, or transliterated it, or whatever they did, and turned it into Hyksos. So to an unlearned person, they're gonna read Hyksos and they're not gonna put two and two together. Back in the day, people, saying it's like here a little, here a little, there a little. People would take it and put two and two together, because again, back in the day, people read books, man. You know what I'm saying? Even Jake read books back in the day, man. Now, they wouldn't have had the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt, and they didn't have Wikipedia, but with enough study and enough reading of books on ancient civilizations and things like that, if somebody had read the word Hashkut and could find the actual meaning of the word, then they will put two and two together. Hashkut, rulers of foreign land. Abraham's dream broken down from Genesis 15 and 12, rulers of foreign land. And they say, okay, yeah, these are the Hebrews. These are the Hebrews. And then again, when the brother breaks it down out of the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt, well, where does it say? Not the brother, but the book itself says where did it come from? Palestine. What? Palestine? Isn't that Israel? Isn't that in the land or you know what they call the land of Israel today? Isn't that Palestine? Well, hold up. But them people in those pictures, man, those hieroglyphs, those are brown skinned people right there. See, the lies fall apart, man, and the lies continue to fall apart and unravel, man. And again, that's why this thing is not up for debate anymore, man, because it's so clear to see. The book itself says the Hyksos, okay, those rulers of foreign land, talking about the seed of Abraham, just like it says in Genesis 15 and 12, who are the Israelites, came from Palestine. When they invaded, Egypt, they came from Palestine. All right? So the Israelites, our forefathers, okay, came from Palestine, came from Israel. All right? And the brother talks about the whole, you know, what Palestine even comes from. All right? Philistia or Palestia. All right? And today they call it Palestine. All right? Because at one time the Philistines, or Philistines, however you want to say it, one time they occupied that area too. Okay? So they call it Palestine today. All right? But it's all Israel because we occupied that land in totality, man. All right? That was our land. Okay? That is our land, soon to come. All right? You know? So I just wanted to get that, man. Again, the brothers breakdown is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You have a chance, check out the brother's page. See YAHAWASHI is coming back. You got a lot of great content. You know what I'm saying? Very edifying lesson on there. But the spirit got on me, man. Once I saw it, because again, man, growing up in school, you know, again, back in 3rd and 4th grade and stuff, I remember hearing about the Hyksos, man. I never really paid it much attention because even back then, a part of me realized, man, all this history was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things, I guess, you know, if you're in this truth now, you look back over your life and you can tell a lot of things that you had a feeling about. You just knew, man. I guess that was the spirit, you know what I'm saying, working in us just you know, it wasn't realized until this time now. Or until you start actually getting into the scripture and the spirit get on you, you know, and wakes you up, man, opens your eyes. But you just had a feeling back in the day, man. A lot of this stuff was all bullshit, you know. So the Hyksos, you reading about them, you know what I'm saying. I didn't really pay too much mind, you know. But it's just beautiful now, you know, getting the breakdown, okay, on what Hyksos actually means, man. You know, again, I don't, you know. I'm not gonna say it's Hashkot. Again, you can go in Wikipedia. I mean, you know, it's up there. Again, now it's gonna have some bones, you know, that you got to pick out when you're reading through Wikipedia. But it does tell you that it's a breakdown of or it's a combination of two words, and those two words break down into rulers of foreign lands, just like the scriptures say, man. So hey, it's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? I praise the Most High for waking me up to this truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. You know, I'm still a babe in this thing, man. You know, been in it for some years, but hey, man, I'm still a babe. You know what I mean? And just something as simple as this, man. You know, it blows my mind, man. It really blows my mind. Just how simple this stuff, how simple this stuff is, man. Once the Most High opens your eyes up to see it, man, but there's still a lot of unlearned folks out here, who haven't gotten it, but won't have the chance to get it, man. But I just made it back into the chat area, man. All praise to the Most High for that, man. You know what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI and say Shalawam.